2,000 years later.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time, but I'm back to give you an update on your paper 2 section C question 11. There is a new format added, so this is a video to update the previous one. This question is about a Form 5 chapter 1, which is your humidity factor on the growth of microorganisms. Okay, let's get into it. Uncle John is a fisherman, okay? He will sell part of his catch in the wet market while the rest of the fish will be dry. So that means part of it will be sold as a fresh fish and part of it will be dried fish, ikan masin. Okay, so Uncle John found out that dried fish lasts longer without spoil compared to the fresh fish. Dried fish has low humidity than fresh fish. So obviously, in your question, right, the story can be anything. The question can give you any type of story. But the main point is you must know which experiment that the question is talking about. Okay, so once you know which experiment that it is talking about, then you have to recall like the drawing and like a little bit of the steps and the materials that we use. Okay, so now the first two questions, which is A and B, problem statement and hypothesis. These two, right, you will answer based on the situation. So what I've written here for you is answer according to the situation provided. So what you want to try to do is actually to explain the answer based on the above statement. If you can, try your best to use what is given here. Okay, same goes to B. But when it comes to C, right, it's the experiment from your textbook. As you can see all these materials, then that's when the time where you have to talk about your the real experiment. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it now. Okay, so we start out with A. A will be your problem statement. Okay, based on what we have here, right, maybe we should highlight and I should show you what we want. So let's find out our manipulated variable and responding variable. So manipulated variable will be dried fish versus fresh fish. Let's highlight that, okay? And your responding variable will be spoil or no spoil, right? I'm just gonna highlight these three words for you. Okay, now once you've got this right, you're pretty sure your sentence is about here. So the clue of this is always must add a question mark at the end of your sentence. Question mark at the end of your sentence. So I think I'm just gonna use this straight away. Okay, but I need to add something else. So from the front, I need to add does dried fish last longer without spoil compared to fresh fish? Question mark. That's it. Yeah. Serious. Copy from question. Find out where is your manipulator and where is your responding variable. Your sentence should be around that. Make sure you use two of these. 超中性变数、反应性变数，记得要放问号，记得前面要加这个字。So usually I add like does or is or what is the effect, something like that. It goes around the few words that we will have. Okay, so there you go, done deal. That's absolutely from question. That's what I meant by answer according to the situation. 上面给你什么故事都好，你可以用回答来回答的 according to the situation. Okay, cool. That's the first one. Let's get to the next one. B. B will be hypothesis. Okay, so hypothesis. Copy problem statement. Yeah, you heard me right. Copy problem statement, but without question mark. So I'm just gonna copy, paste. Of course, I need to delete the first word but it doesn't make sense, isn't it? Okay, and full stop. I'm serious. Yeah, okay. Dried fish lasts longer without spoil compared to fresh fish. Yeah, there you go. So this is like little tricks lah you can use lah to help yourself. So don't be panic and don't feel like helpless, because there is ways to score marks in this type of question, as long as you follow like the format or the techniques that I'm showing you now. Okay, great. So we're done with the first two lor, huh? So C, it's time to come back to reality, means back to your original experiment. Okay, so if you remember a little bit background, this experiment is like the two, you know, the petri dish, 两个碗两个 plug 两个碟 玻璃碟 petri dish, then you put the nutrient agar, then you put the bacillus subtilitis, and then you let it grow and you see how many bacterial colonies, how many white spots on the petri dish, right? Okay, so hence you need to have some basic on that lah. Okay, so C1, aim of experiment. So let's get to this straight away. C1, aim of experiment. Okay, now a very famous question that students like to ask: do I really need to write all these title? Answer to that is not necessary. But why I like to write is because I want to know what I am answering. See, I don't want to write A and then accidentally I answer hypothesis first. Then that one confirm wrong. Okay, sequence, make sure you want to follow. So I always like to write A and then I write my title so I know what I'm doing, so I can be accurate. You know, SPM is your first time and it's also your last time. I don't want you to risk it. So you want to do this properly, okay? So the A and the alphabet, and then followed by your title, and then write your answer down. But if just, let's say you forgot about it, like you did not write, is it okay? It's okay, obviously, no problem. Okay, but don't write the wrong sequence though. Like, don't be A and then you write like hypothesis answers, and then that is going to mess up your results, your marks, yeah? Okay, right, so aim of experiment. Okay, always we want to start with to study, to investigate, to find out, you know, but I always like to stick to study, because that's straightforward, isn't it? So to study what? To study the relationship, or to study the effect between MV and RV. Okay, so what's your manipulated in this case, by the way? Since we need to find out manipulated and responding, so I rather not to do this first. I don't want to guess lah, I just want to be sure. So let's just pause here and maybe we shall go down to finish up our variables. Then when we have our answers exactly, we'll get back up to the aim. So everybody, manipulated variable, okay, and responding variable. Okay, and the third one will be constant variable. Okay, Jun, lie. Okay, so what's manipulative variable here? Manipulative variable will be usually, ladies and gentlemen, the first two materials above in the statement. So the first two materials given is this. Saw that? Yeah, moist, nutrient agar, and dry. From here, you can roughly guess, oh, moist or dry. Oh, okay. So that will be my manipulated variables, which is the humidity. Okay, so like humidity of the nutrient agar. Or you can write the moisture of nutrient agar. Okay, if worst come to worst, you cannot think of it, don't know how to write, you copy exactly the first two or three, depends lah, the first two usually. You can copy exactly the one that I highlight for you now, copy exactly down into your manipulated variables. That is possible, that is correct. But of course, I encourage you to think of the real answer first. Okay, humidity means 潮湿度. Okay, kelembapan, like got water or no water, dry or moist. Okay, right. So my responding variable will be, you need to remember the picture a bit lah. We will count the white spots above, which is what we call bacterial colony. So that will be number of bacterial colonies. Okay, or aka the real theory behind is the growth of bacteria, or the bacterial growth. Bacteria. There you go. Okay, cool. All right. Like constant variable, things must be fixed or things must be fair. Here will be the other factor, or we can usually choose the the type of bacteria that we're using. So type of bacteria, or something measurable will be better, which is maybe like quantity of bacteria, because usually constant variable it's something measurable. Okay, 可以被衡量到的东西是最好的，这样才可以叫做公平嘛。Quantity or things that you can measure. But sometimes it's possible to have answers like type of bacteria, like this case. So it's possible. Okay, cool. Right, that's variable, ladies and gentlemen. You need to have at least 2 from here to get 2 marks. But I suggest that you must have the first 2 lah. If really constant you cannot do, then don't write also. Actually, yeah, you should get 2 marks from manipulated and responding. Okay, cool. Right. So I think it's time to get back to the aim. So let me just highlight this quickly for you. Okay, it's time to get back to aim. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget about this one. A lot of times when you skip, then you go down, wow, straight away you finish, then you forgot about this. So come back up, but this way gives you a more accurate answer lah. So to study what? Manipulated and responding. Oh, to study this one on this one. Oh, okay. To study the relationship, or to study the effect is better. So it's up to you to play along with the words, see which one sounds better. So let's say I'm gonna choose to study the effect, because it's really the effect of water or no water, right? So to study the effect of humidity, okay, or to study the effect of moisture, okay, the effect of humidity or moisture on the bacterial growth, or on the growth of bacteria. I'm just going to follow back what I have. Okay, on the growth of bacteria. There you go. Okay, even you say you want to add this also can, study humidity of nutrient agar on the growth of bacteria. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your manipulated and your responding. Okay, there you go. Can? Okay, so far from A to C2 you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks out of 10 marks. That's half. That's half. That's when all your variables are correct. Do you see like the soul? The soul of the question is actually manipulated variables and responding variable. Once you've got these 2 correct, once you've got your highlighting in the statement correct, you know which is your manipulated and responding for A and B, which is according to the question. Then for C1 and C2, which is according to the real experiment, then you are fine. 5 out of 10, solid 5 out of 10. Okay, of course we would like to continue with number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we? Okay, all right, number 3 will be your procedure. Okay, procedure. Of course, the famous question is also, need to draw Yes, my friends. Okay, need to draw the diagram. Yeah, it comes in a package together with your explanation. You must draw and you must explain. You get 4 marks. It's a package. Okay. Of course, I think a lot of y'all don't want to draw, and also you think like, I don't remember how to draw. I don't know how to draw. Therefore, I would suggest if you have time, you go through some pictures, compulsory experiment from your textbook. You go through pictures a bit, then you have an idea roughly how it looks like. Okay, so of course, to save time, this I just straight copy from your textbook. Yeah, okay, so this is how it looks like lah. Yeah, 2 petri dishes, and then one is moist, one is dry. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna write the steps, but just a quick reminder to you, my method, I mean, not a special thing, but this is how I used to remember it. We call it as R mod. So we have usually 5 sentences. More than that can you, it's up to you to split up your sentence or to make it shorter. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first one, which is A. So A, number 1, yeah, we follow the guidance. A stands for what? The apparatus. A for apparatus. So it's like a starting, like an intro. Okay, the apparatus setup is shown as diagram. What apparatus? Sorry. So this is the A that I'm talking about, the apparatus. So it's like an introduction lah, just to layan and tell teacher that okay, what I have prepared is above. Okay, so number 2 stands for M for manipulated. I want to talk about manipulated. Okay, so what I'm going to do is manipulated is different humidity, or like dry and wet. Okay, I'm just going to start with the moist one. Okay, so spread the moist sterile nutrient agar into a petri dish A. I'm just going to create that as A. I'm just going to call it as A. Okay, and I'm going to add the bacteria in. So I add the jelly. I'm going to spread it out. Okay, spread the agar. Then now I'm going to add, okay, and add what? Add the bacteria name. What's the bacteria name? Oh, I forgot though. Oh, it's the Bacillus, right? Okay, Bacillus subtilis. Okay. Okay, add Bacillus subtilis. Into a culture into the petri dish. Okay, simple English will do lah, no worry, simple sentence. No, I know what you're thinking. You thought you need to memorize the steps from your textbook and then write all of them down. No. Just follow R mod, then can now. Simple and short. Don't worry about that, okay? Really can one. Make it simple and short. Yeah. So number 3 stands for O. O. Okay, but my number manipulated is this one, moist sterile nutrient agar. Okay, I'm just gonna highlight that in red color. Okay, so number 3, you want to talk about your observation. O stands for observation, means you want to say like, oh, what you see. So usually experiment like that, we will leave it for like 3 days to 5 days one. So you create your own story. Okay, so I'm just gonna say after 3 days, comma, observe the observation responding also. Observe the numbers of bacterial colonies on the nutrient agar. Okay, so O for my observe, which is my responding variable. Yeah, okay, just like that. Okay, number 4. Then you want to stand R, number 4 is R, stands for repeat. So you want to repeat the whole thing by doing B. So this is how you write, okay? Repeat the experiment, repeat step 2 to 3 by using, just now was moist, right? Now is dry sterile nutrient agar. Just like that. Maybe we add in petri dish B. Okay, easy, doable. Okay, simple sentences. Number 5 stands for T. T is like tabulation. Like I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna record everything down, put it into the table below. Okay, so number 5, results will be collected and recorded as the table below. Table, T for table. So ladies and gentlemen, AMORT, armored. I mean, you can create your own way. I mean, this is just a suggestion for you. This is how I remember. So as long as you have about 5 sentences, as long as you talk about these 5 things, you should be able to get 4 marks in total with the drawing. Bing! So easy. Don't panic, okay? There you go. Then we are down to the last one, everybody. That's the tabulation of data. Okay, so like number 4. Tabulation of data. Okay, tabulation of data basically means draw a table to show your results. And main thing is your MV and RV, which is your responding, manipulated and responding variable answers should be there. Okay, so I will just draw a table 2 by 3. Okay, like that. So this part will be your manipulated variable, which is your moist or dry neutron agar. You can write it, you can be clear, you don't have to just write neutron agar. You can write moist or dry. So I'm just gonna be straightforward. This is moist neutron agar, and this is dry neutron agar. Be childish, be straightforward, no problem one, I think. Yeah, should be okay. Don't worry about like, oh, is this funny? Is this gonna sound very weird? No, you can just show your manipulated and responding. Okay, and your responding here will be numbers of bacterial colonies. There you go. Or really you want to write is growth of bacteria, also can. So most importantly is these 2. When teacher see these 2, oh yeah, nice, correct, got it. No answer, leave it blank. These 2 no answer. Don't do anything about it, just leave it blank, because you have not done the experiment in your exam, so you couldn't tell the real number. So don't do anything about it, just leave it this way. Okay, so the drawing and the steps is actually 4 marks, including this is 1 mark. So in total another 5 marks for the half of the experiment. So in total that will be 10 marks. As easy as that. You know what, don't get too stressed out about number 3, just try your best. Yeah, so conclusion, this is the format that you want to follow. Okay, and maybe you need to look out for the whole answer. I'm just gonna show like that. I'm not sure if you can follow up or not, so if you need a final conclusion, this will be the whole experiment. You want to do a screenshot or whichever that helps you. Okay, well, I hope this experiment or this demo shows you a better way of writing and feel more confident. You can try again with other questions. Do the same way, do the same steps. Alright? Okay, I wish you luck for your SPM and I'll see you around, right? Bye, take care.